Are you someone who's always struggling against drive impact and this, and this always keeps on happening to you? Well, I always get this question on my stream. How do you punish drive impact? The easy answer is just drive impact back. But I'm here to teach you how to actually practice to punish drive impact. What are the options? How can you bait it? When can you expect it? All of that. It's your boy MachoorTV, and let's go to the practice mode. So first thing first, you need to understand how can you actually punish DI. Simple answer is you DI them back. If for example an opponent does this, you just press DI back and then you get to punish them. Everybody knows this, it's so simple. The second option is that you parry the attack, it will stop it. If you get a perfect parry, you can continue to attack them. It's not as simple. Yep. Okay, so that's the second option. You can super on reaction as a third option for punishing DI. So the next option is to have an attack that actually hits 3 hits. If it actually hits 3 hits, it can actually break DI, just like this one. You see, this is something that actually breaks DI if the attack is 3 hits. Okay, this is like general knowledge, everybody knows this. Alright, so what I want you to do, I want you to understand how you can actually practice this, because knowing it is something and actually being able to react to it in a match is something completely different. So if you're playing on a PS5 controller or like any controller like this, the default settings would allow you to, like, you know, press R3 to ready the dummy. You can press R3 to ready the dummy and have him do whatever you want. Okay, just to practice and see how the character moves and what are the special moves that the character has. Okay, so if you press R3 again, it will start recording. So now you can walk back and forth and boom, press DI, and then press it again, R3 again, and it will end the recording. Now if you just want to start the recording again, you just have to press L3 and the recording will start. You get the idea? You want the character to not do it at a specific time, so then you can practice reacting to it. So what we can do, the next level about from this is we can actually like set up like multiple recordings, not just one recording. If you get used to the timing of the one recording, we want to mix it up. We want to have like multiple recordings. You see that there are 6 to 8, you know, slots for recordings. You can have like different recordings with different timings. You go to this one exactly, and you try to have like multiple recordings, so then you would mix up the timings. This is the whole idea of the practice, is that you don't want to like memorize one specific timing for DI. It's not going to be beneficial for you because in the match you don't really know when it's going to come. So if you have like multiple timings, you can actually test and improve your reactions. So you go to this page, the recording settings, you go to the recording tab and press on the first one if you haven't recorded one, we already did, and you go to the second one and you start recording, and you do like different timing, maybe like walk back and forth like 7 times and then do DI. Okay, this will be the second one. Then you press R3 again and it will end the recording. Then we're gonna go for this one. You can already see that, you know, it says there are different timings. First thing is 432 frames, second one is 485 frames. This already tells you that the timings are different, the length of the recordings are different. So we can go to number 3 also and do a different one. Okay, like just walking back and forth, we're not doing anything, and boom, DI. Alright, we press it again and it ends the recording. So we're gonna have, just for the simplicity of the explanation, we're gonna have 3 recordings. We're gonna set them all as on. Okay, if you go to the left side, you can set them all as on, and we're gonna go to the corner left side like this, yes, and have the recordings start. Right, you press on L3 and the recordings will start. And now each different recording you want to react to it. Alright, you get the idea, right? This is how you practice the reactions for DI. Try to do something else, try to do something like this, walking back and forth, and then you do it. Like, put yourself in a situation where it's almost like in real life, like in a match where you're just walking back and forth. You're probably not gonna be like this waiting for it. You're just gonna be walking back and forth, and you're gonna expect it. Or maybe you're gonna be pressing a button or something. So you can simulate that same scenario. Okay. So what we're gonna do, the next thing we want to do is we want to record something different. We want to record the character doing heavy punch into drive impact. Why? Because when you're trying to do heavy punch into DI, there actually isn't a lot of, there isn't much of a gap. You can see there is like a 5-frame gap between this and the drive impact, between the heavy punch and the drive impact. And guys, you can see the yellow bar, how it shows, which is the stun bar, the block stun bar. Okay, you can see that there's a gap of 5 frames between the heavy punch and the drive impact. So there is like little time to actually react to this. You can't jump it. Okay, you can't jump back, you can't jump forward. You will always get hit. So what you want to do is you want to react in those 5-frame gap and press DI. We're gonna do this exact same thing, okay, but in different timings for recordings. Different timings of recordings. Instead of doing it from like walking back and forth for 2 seconds, you can do it for 5 seconds, okay, and then you do this. All right, this is the second type of training. All right, so after you do this, what is next? Next is when you actually don't have any kind of meter, any kind of drive meter. So if you run out of drive meter, like in this case, okay, if you get hit with this, you are gonna get stunned, right? So you ideally don't want to like get stunned in this game, especially if you have super meter. So now what you want to do, you want to actually like, you know, practice reacting to the drive impact with a super. Like if you can, you know, input a super within those 5 frames gap, like over here. If you can do this, if you can practice this, it will be absolutely great. Okay, because even if you are in burnout, even if you don't have any meter at all, you are not going to be freaked out trying to like jump out of the corner and get anti-aired in the process and maybe lose a lot more health than just getting the stun. All right, so if you can actually like react, if you can practice reacting to DI within those 5-frame gap, okay, and input a super, whether it's level 1, level 3, level 2, depending on the character, the supers that are, you know, that are fast, the supers that are invincible on frame 1, try to input those. Okay, that is the second part. This is a very important part because a lot of people right now, they don't, especially like in below master rank, they are not very good at doing this. This is from my observation. All right, you can be good at it, but the majority are not very good at it. So this is a very good exercise that you can do to improve your reaction to DI and how you can actually punish it with the drive meter, if you can do DI back, or with the super. All right, so if you want to make this more difficult and more practical, what you can do is you can enable all of them, all right, and record something extra also. What you want to do is you want to have the character do it raw, and you want to react to it with a super. Of course, it's not easy to do. You can do that with a super. Of course, it's not easy to do while I'm talking to you guys. It needs a lot of practice, a lot of focus, and a lot of, you know, amazing reactions. So what you can do is you can enable all of these recordings, have like multiple recordings from multiple situations, and try to react to each one of them with DI and with super. That way it will improve your answers to DIs greatly. All right, so that is one thing. There's also one more thing that you can do. If I can show you over here, you can actually grab the drive impact. You can do that, but it's kind of risky and it requires a lot of reaction, and I feel like in a specific situation you have to be very close to the character, you know, to actually grab them and be able to pull this off. All right, so you can practice all of them, know all of your options, and if you complete this process, if you do this exercise every single day, it will not only improve your reactions to drive impacts, but it will also improve your ability to input supers, okay, in reaction to stuff in the game. So next on the line is to tell you when to expect drive impact. Of course, it's been much easier to actually react to a drive impact if you are expecting it to come. So when do they actually, like, normally, like the most common times when they do drive impact is when they're being pressured. For example, let's set the training dummy here to block everything, and then we can go to block reversal, and we can choose common actions and drive impact. All right, you can have it as on, and I can do this. If I do this, okay, because this Hashoriki is actually plus on block, so it's a good thing to actually do it and try to, like, you know, gain some kind of advantage, because I will be able to, like, pressure him afterwards. So a lot of people, they try to, like, you know, throw a fireball, throw drive impact after that. So they don't want to deal with the plus frame, so they try to do it because it has a long animation, so the drive impact will hit. So if you're doing, like, you know, block string, something like this, they will for sure try to, like, you know, do a drive impact. If they have been blocking for a long time, they will try to interrupt your block string with a drive impact. That's one of the situations. The other situation is when you are in the corner. When your back is in the corner like this, they will try to do a drive impact, okay, whether it's raw, whether it's with a heavy punch like this, and, you know, get the wall splat and then be able to punish you or hit you and break your guard, or they can stun you. So in the corner, when your back is in the corner, like in this case, you have to be prepared for the DI for sure. If they want, it's either that they will do it or they're thinking about it. It's one of the two. Okay, so you have to be very, very, very aware of drive impact over here, and you don't want to freak out. You don't want to just be like jumping around, because that might actually, like, you know, cause that might actually get you some damage. They might damage you while you're trying to jump and get you back in the corner. Okay, so you don't want that. You want to be able to, like, punish, you know, the thing that you are scared of the right way, so then you can exit the corner the right way without actually, like, you know, getting damaged with something unnecessary, like a jump, anti-air, or something like that. All right, so the other situation is when they are in the corner. When they are in the corner, because they are thinking about you doing drive impact to them, so they're gonna think that a DI is coming, a drive impact is coming. So out of all that nervousness and all that, you know, that thinking about drive impact, they will do it themselves. Okay, so you have to be ready for that. That's one of the things that I see a lot of people do, is once you put them in the corner, they will either try to jump or they will wait for the drive impact, and if it doesn't come, they will drive impact themselves. So you have to be prepared for that. You have to punish them and get the free damage. Now, if you go back to the same example that we talked about when we were talking about block strings, okay, so if I'm doing this and they immediately answer with drive impact, let's say you have done it once, and then maybe let's say that you have done this for the first time, and then they have done drive impact to you. So the next time, what you're gonna do, you're gonna try to do this. You can try to do something like this. Try to hit the punch without the special move, and once you see the drive impact, you can bait them and punish them. This is one way to, like, you know, to punish drive impact or to bait drive impact. The second thing that you can do to bait drive impact is to use the light punches. I'll show you what I mean. So for example, if I'm trying to, like, you know, attack like this, I can't really react to drive impact. I can react to it, but I can't really punish it, because I'm using, like, heavy buttons that have, like, you know, slow recovery, and I will get punched. But if I'm using light punches like this, I can react to it. Okay, so if you're expecting someone is going to do drive impact, you can punish them, or you can pressure them with light attacks, light punches, anything that is fast, that can actually, you know, recover in time and beat them with the drive impact that you're doing. One last thing that I want to talk about is how do you set up actually the controller. The default settings for the controller, if you go here to the basic settings and you go to controller settings, it will be the default one, the custom one, and you can restore it to the default one. You can see if you go to edit control mapping, you can see that LB or L1 will be mapped as heavy punch and heavy kick. This is the button for, or this is how you can actually do drive impact. So if you have it as one button, okay, as L1 or LB, and you're playing a controller, it is so easy for you to just keep your hand like this on this trigger. So whenever you see, like when you're playing, you just keep it like this. So whenever you see drive impact, you just boom, just press one button and it happens. So it's much easier to react to. It's much easier than doing like two buttons together. And it will help you save time, because while you're in the game you need the fast reactions. So one button will definitely help if you keep your finger on top of that button for the entire match, just waiting for the drive impact to happen. Boom, you're gonna press one button and it will punish them. So this is something that is very important if you're playing on pad. You can do that. I'm not really sure about stick players or arcade stick players. I think L1 button is a little bit far on the right side for them, so it might be a little bit difficult, but this is definitely an advantage for somebody who's playing on a controller. And with that said, that is all for today's video. I just wanted to show you guys how you can practice doing DI punishes. If you actually practice the exercise that I've given you guys with doing like multiple recordings in the corner, and you can actually pull it off with doing DI, and the second exercise with doing supers, level 1 super or level 3 supers, you will be golden. You will be absolutely amazing at punishing DIs, and you will see that your rate of punishing DIs will increase dramatically. Just do this exercise every single day. It's very simple. It's the same exact recordings. Just enable them every single day, practice it for like 5 minutes, and you will see that your reactions have improved a lot. This has been your boy MachoorTV. If you have enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel so then you don't miss out on the next videos. And if you struggle with anything in the game, comment below, let me see it. I'll make a video about explaining to you guys how I can help you and how I can improve your gameplay if you need improvement. All right, we can all learn from each other. Even I can learn from you guys, from your comments. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Take care.